mambo yanayoendelea. Mungu ametufunulia tuone haya matokeo ama haya matukio jinsi ambavyo yanatukia. Ukiangalia kwenye state ya California, bodi ya shule yaunga mkono kuandikwa kwa amri 10 za Mungu ukutani wa madarasa mashuleni.
I am a Christian. I do believe that the 10 Commandments would be nice to have in the schools. It is what our nation was founded on. I do believe that the 10 Commandments and the Bible is history. What our founding fathers, what we stand for is what our foundation is. I appreciate all your comments, for and against. I understand what understand all of your comments. And, in the legal side of it, I understand that too. But being a Christian, doing my duty is to do what God wants me to do, and also what's legal. And I just think that the 10 Commandments in the schools would be wonderful foundation for our children.
Tena kwenye hiyo mbio, jimbo la Kentucky nalo limeamua ya kwamba amri 10 za Mungu siweze kuandikwa mashuleni, watoto waweze kusomeshwa.
In Kentucky has filed a bill that would allow teachers and administrators to post and teach about the 10 Commandments in public schools.
WSAZ's Lisa Feinstein spoke with the lawmaker who filed this bill, who says that the emphasis is on permission, not requirement.
A Kentucky lawmaker wants to bring the option of the 10 Commandments to public schools. Under House Bill 116, school boards can give teachers permission to read or post the 10 Commandments at anything school related.
Wakati huo, tarehe 6 ya mwezi huu wa pili, mwaka huu wa 2025, ni kana kwamba waliambiana na jimbo la Montana.
Today, the public gave testimony on a bill that would require the 10 Commandments be displayed in public schools. The Senate Judiciary Committee heard more than an hour of testimony on the Senate Bill 114 sponsored by Republican Senator Bob Phelan. The bill would require a copy of the 10 Commandments to be displayed in each public school and classroom. Opponents of the legislation said it infringes religious freedoms. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled requirements to display the 10 Commandments in schools were unconstitutional. Supporters of that bill said it is time for the Supreme Court to revisit the ruling, pointing to religious text as being part of America's history.
God is mentioned in the Declaration of Independence. It's on our money, in music like God Bless America. It's in our literature, and it's in the pledge to the flag. Why would we not mention God in our schools? The courts need to understand that by removing God, they are replacing it with nothing.
Na wanasema ya kwamba hili jambo litaenda mpaka Supreme Court, mahakama ya juu zaidi Marekani, na hiyo mahakama itapita. Wao wenyewe ndio wanasema. Hawa watu kuna kitu ambacho wanajua sisi hatujui, ndio. Wanasema ya kwamba hata Supreme Court itaruhusu. Kwa hivyo haya ni mambo ambayo yanafanywa kimpango, wamepanga, sio mambo ambayo ni ya mere coincidence. Alafu tarehe 6 tarehe 6 mwezi wa pili mwaka huu wa 2025, tunaona jimbo la Ohio. Wa Republican wa Ohio wamependekeza kuandikwa kwa amri 10 mashuleni kinyume na katiba. Tena hiyo tarehe 6 mwezi wa pili. Tarehe 6 hiyo mwezi wa pili. Jimbo la Idaho ama Idaho nalo liko katika hiyo harakati.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. For the record, my name is Jordan Redmond, representing District 3 in Kootenai County. Today I bring before the committee RS 31972C1, the Bible Reading Act. This legislation creates a statewide policy to read sequential passages from the Bible in their classroom without instruction or comment. This legislation satisfies the history and tradition test created by the U.S. Supreme Court to determine the constitutionality of religious expression in government settings. The Idaho Founding Fathers intentionally crafted our state constitution so that the Bible could be read without sectarian instruction or comment in public schools. This legislation requires schools to provide reasonable accommodations to teachers and students with conscious objections. This does not open the door for other religious texts in schools because there's no history or tradition with reading those in Idaho public schools.
Tarehe 7 huo wakati tarehe 7 mwezi wa pili kuna hili jimbo lingine ambalo linaitwa Alabama.
Well, some Alabama lawmakers want the 10 Commandments displayed in schools. A pre-filed bill would require schools to display them in common areas. Wave 31's Julia Miller now joins us live after learning more about all of this. Julia?
I spoke with State Representative Mark Gidley this afternoon. He tells me this bill, HB 178, isn't about forcing beliefs on anyone, but rather restoring how things used to be. Others disagree.
Tarehe 7 mwezi wa pili, jimbo lingine ambalo linaendelea katika hiyo harakati ni jimbo la South Dakota.
Also developing in Pierre, a bill that would require the 10 Commandments to be displayed in every public school classroom is moving forward. This morning, the House Education Committee approved Senate Bill 51 in an 8-7 vote. The bill, which has generated heated debate, is already passed in the Senate. Supporters say it's not about religion, claiming the 10 Commandments have historical significance.
Haya yote ni ishara ya kwamba wakati ndio huu. Nilikwambia ya kwamba wakati wa kuongea mambo mengi umekwisha. Sasa ni wakati ambapo tunasimama tukitayarishe, wakati ambapo tunangojea haya. Tuendelee kuwaonya wenzetu, tuendelee kuwaombea wenzetu, tuendelee kujitayarisha sisi wenyewe. Haya yakitokezea ama yakitokeza tuweze kupatikana kwamba tuko tayari. Huu sio wakati wa kuongea mambo mengi. Ila nakukumbusha ya kwamba kuna unabii mmoja ambao wakati wake wa kutimia nao umefika, na tutauona ukitokezea wakati wowote. Huu unabii ni unabii wa moto. Kumbuka dada White alionyeshwa moto mara 3 Marekani na